Okay, so, castles. You know those big rock piles where kings did king stuff and peasants just sort of died? Well, turns out a lot of these places are haunted as hell. Probably because they were basically giant murder museums with room service. Let's go on a little ghost tour through history's most oops all ghosts real estate listings. First stop, Leap Castle in Ireland. This place is like if a serial killer and a cathedral had a baby and raised it on poltergeist milk. Built in the 13th century by the O'Bannon clan, who picked their leader by yeeting dudes off a rock cliff, by the way. It later got taken over by the O'Carrolls, who were basically the Walmart brand Lannisters. One of them murdered his own brother, a priest, mid-mass in the chapel, which is now adorably nicknamed the Bloody Chapel. Cute. Oh, and there's also an oubliette, also known as a peephole hole, where they'd toss prisoners and forget about them. When renovations happened in the 1900s, workers found hundreds of human bones down there, and a bunch of rusted spikes, just in case the whole falling into a pit of death thing wasn't spicy enough. Next up, Chateau de Brissac in France. Looks nice, right? Real Barbie dream castle energy. Until you meet La Dame Verte, the Green Lady. Legend says she was Charlotte of France, the illegitimate daughter of King Charles VII, who married into the Brissac family. Her hubby caught her cheating and handled it the medieval way, by stabbing her a bunch. Now she shows up in green ghost strip, wandering the halls, moaning, and making sure nobody ever gets a good night's sleep again. Honestly, she's kind of a vibe. Now let's hop over to Scotland, to Edinburgh Castle. Because nothing says prime haunting real estate like centuries of torture, war, and plague pits. Built on a big dead volcano because why not? This place has seen sieges, hangings, and literal witch burnings. One ghost here is the headless drummer boy, which is messed up already, but also no one knows who he is or where he came from. He just shows up beating his ghost drums, head optional. There's also the ghost of a piper who vanished while exploring the tunnels under the castle. Locals still claim to hear faint piping sounds down there, which could either be his spirit or just the echo of a really enthusiastic bagpipe busker. Heading over to Romania, we've got Bran Castle, better known as Dracula's crib, except not really. Vlad the Impaler, the real guy Dracula was based on, probably never even lived here. But tourism got a tourism. That said, the castle is creepy. Cold stone corridors, antique torture gear, and legends of vampire activity. Locals say they've seen shadowy figures, heard whispers, and some tourists report feelings of dizziness and sudden chills, which either means ghosts or Romania needs to up its HVAC game. And finally, we have Himeji Castle in Japan. Elegant? Yes. Haunted? Oh, absolutely. The most famous ghost here is Okiku, a servant who got framed for losing one of her master's fancy dishes. As punishment, he had her thrown down a well, because Japan in the 1600s was not big on HR departments. Now her ghost pops up from the well at night, counting to 9, because there were 10 plates, and she's still looking for the last one. She'll scream if she can't find it, which is terrifying unless you're into ghostly numeracy drills. So yeah, castles, home to royalty, architectural masterpieces, and probably way too many tortured souls. The good news is most of these places are open to tourists. So if you're into travel, history, and possibly being yeeted by a banshee, there's something for everyone.